ISLA's philosophy is learn to love to learn, and a big part of that is our belief that lifelong learning is the goal for all of our students. And if it's the goal for our students, of course it's the goal for all of us as well, our teachers, even myself included. I am constantly wanting to learn more about how to teach, how education works, resources, how to work with children. I mean, I never stop learning, whether it's AI, whether it's tools, whatever. And one of the ways that I learn is also through having coaches and teachers. I think a lot of our parents are familiar with working with business coaches or life coaches in different ways, therapists. This is my friend and colleague, Becca Silver. And Becca owns and operates an incredible program called the Whole Educator. And she and I go way back in 2011, I believe it was. My very first school that I opened in Tanzania, Becca and I worked together. And I learned so much working with her from her experience. Ideas that we still use today in ISLA were developed through many car rides from one campus to the other. And I continue to meet with Becca on a regular basis to get advice on how to be a better leader with our teachers, how to guide them, how to provide the right resources. Even today, she was sitting in on one of my coaching sessions with a teacher and observing me, giving me feedback. We just had a meeting a few minutes ago on some strategies that I can use to be a more effective coach to the teachers so that they in turn can be more effective teachers to your children. I do recommend for all of our families or any viewers that are watching this to check out Becca's program, and I'm going to let her talk about it in just a second here, but maybe here would be the moment where you would say what is so unique about the approach that you take in coaching, working with school leaders, working with teachers, that's like, say, different than the typical style of coaching that we're so used to.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, hello, I'm Becca Silver, CEO and founder of the Whole Educator. The kind of approach what I do is I coach coaches and leaders. And the type of approach I take with that is a human-centered approach. So we get things done through people's humanity and not around it. So when I work with coaches and leaders, I work with their humanity and I help them work, the folks that they're coaching and leading, I help them coach and lead through people's humanity versus a task-centered approach where we have a goal and we have a task and we're just working through it and we ignore the very human that's sitting in front of us. And so when we do that, when we get to know our own humanity and other people's humanity, things happen quicker, things happen faster, and we are happier as people.
Yeah, and I think like that style resonates with me. I think you can see how much of an influence, me spending some of my early years with someone like Becca in our first school, those days, those conversations, that philosophy had on our approach. While we haven't used the term human-centered approach in our school, I think that's a really good style. I mean, I often use the term student-centered approach. One of the things I've tried to articulate is like, I think a big difference between ISLA and what might be considered a more traditional model or your type of coaching in a more traditional style is that we are basing everything we do on the actual humans in front of us, just like you say with the coaching, rather than trying to create a system before we know who these kids are, who these learners are. So anyways, I wanted to introduce you and check out, we'll put the link below in this video. I use so much of what Becca has shown me in our school. I have all of our other leaders here, our coordinators, also meeting with her. She's connected with teachers here. She's helped us do things like personality assessments to see which are the most appropriate roles for each of our leadership team. She shared resources with our teachers, and there's just an awesome podcast that she has and a lot of great interesting content that I think anybody who follows our school and is interested in education in new ways would be interested in learning from Becca. So Becca Silver, the Whole Educator.